Chosen one, listen closely. Everything you went through, every trial, every heartbreak, every night of doubt, it's over. Allah has closed that chapter, and you will never have to face it again. What remains is the wisdom, the strength, and the faith that has been forged in the fire of your past. In this video, we will explore 10 powerful lessons that show why your struggles were necessary, how Allah has protected you, and why the life ahead is filled with victory, ease, and divine blessings. Pay attention, because your journey is sacred, and the greatness Allah has destined for you is just beginning. Chosen one, every trial, every heartbreak, every moment when you thought you could not bear the weight of life, Allah was carefully guiding you, preparing you, and protecting what was meant for you. What you endured was never random. It was a deliberate act of divine wisdom, a shield designed to safeguard your soul and your destiny from harm that you could not yet see. The nights of loneliness, the days of uncertainty, the losses that felt unbearable, they were not punishments but protective measures, refining your character, clarifying your intentions, and strengthening your faith. Every tear, every pang of fear, every setback was shaping you into someone capable of handling the immense blessings Allah has destined for you. You may have thought that the pain would last forever, that the suffering would define your life, but the truth is far greater. Allah tested you so that the future you could not yet imagine would remain untouched by the same trials. Your heart, now seasoned with patience, wisdom, and resilience, is free to receive the opportunities, people, and divine gifts that were reserved only for you, and those who come after you will see the evidence of Allah's protection in the life you are now stepping into. The chapter of your suffering is closed. The lesson has been learned, and the door to your destined future is wide open, illuminated by the mercy, precision, and perfect timing of your Lord. What you went through is done, and from this moment forward, your path will be guarded, your steps guided, and your heart assured that Allah has completed what needed to be tested, so nothing from the past can ever threaten the blessings that await you. Chosen one, the struggles you faced, the betrayals you endured, and the countless moments of despair were not meant to break you. They were the forge in which your resilience was crafted, and today, that resilience stands as an impenetrable armor around your heart and soul. Every trial, every setback, every tear that fell in secret, and every sleepless night when you felt alone was a divine exercise, strengthening you in ways that no comfort, no wealth, and no worldly support could have ever done. The pain you survived was the teacher, and your steadfastness was the lesson learned, transforming your heart into a fortress against future harm. You have been tested not to punish you, but to prepare you, to equip you with a spiritual fortitude that ensures you will never be shaken by the same hardships again. That strength now flows through your entire being, a divine gift from Allah, peace be upon Him, who has protected your path by allowing you to endure what others could not, so that you would emerge stronger, wiser, and untouchable by the negativity that once sought to overwhelm you. This resilience is more than endurance. It is a living proof of your chosen status, a sign that Allah has not only seen your struggles, but has actively transformed them into a shield, ensuring that the pains of the past cannot return to torment you, that the lessons learned will remain engraved in your heart forever, and that every step you take forward is guided, guarded, and empowered by the very trials that once threatened to break you. You are armored now, spiritually and emotionally, and nothing from the past can ever pierce the protection Allah has built around you. Chosen one, reflect deeply on all that you have lost, the people who left your life, the opportunities that slipped through your hands, the possessions that seemed vital at the time, and the dreams that were delayed or denied, and understand that every single loss was a precise act of divine wisdom, a removal orchestrated by Allah, peace be upon him, to protect you from what you could not yet see, to guide you away from what could have harmed you, and to open space for blessings far greater than what was taken away. What felt like devastation in the moment was, in truth, the manifestation of Allah's mercy, safeguarding your soul from attachments that might have chained you, from relationships that could have corrupted your heart, and from situations that might have hindered your spiritual and personal growth. Each loss carried a hidden lesson, a subtle illumination, and a preparation for a future that aligns perfectly with your destiny. You may have spent nights questioning why these things were taken from you, wondering if life would ever feel complete again, but the reality is that these removals were divine interventions, carefully designed to redirect your path toward ease, peace, and prosperity. Now, look at your life with the eyes of faith and gratitude. Those who left were never meant to stay. Those opportunities were never meant to define you. And every void created was a space reserved for what Allah has prepared exclusively for you. The pain of separation has done its work. The lessons are engraved in your soul, and the burdens of loss no longer hold power over you. Your heart is now free to receive without fear, to embrace without hesitation, and to trust without doubt that Allah's plan is flawless. Every loss was not a punishment, but a blessing in disguise, a divine pruning that ensures the life you step into now is one of protection, abundance, clarity, and purpose. And the chapter of these past losses is closed forever. You will never be forced to endure the same removals again, because Allah, in His infinite wisdom, has completed the work, and your path forward is secured, guided, and illuminated by His mercy. Chosen one, understand this truth. The trials you endured, the setbacks that seemed endless, the moments when your heart ached and your soul questioned the path, were not meant to break you. They were meant to refine you, to elevate you, and to perfect your faith. Every sigh in the silence of the night, every tear that fell when no one was watching, every moment when your patience was stretched to the limit was a divine test from Allah, peace be upon him, shaping you into a vessel capable of carrying immense blessings and spiritual responsibility. Patience, true patience, is not merely the act of waiting. It is the deliberate trust in Allah's timing, the deep-seated knowledge that every hardship is temporary, and the unwavering belief that what has been decreed for you will never miss you. The chosen one learns that patience is both a shield and a sword. It protects your heart from despair and cuts away the attachments that could have bound you to harm, doubt, or distraction. Through your endurance, your soul has been fortified, your heart disciplined, and your faith strengthened to levels you could not have achieved through ease or comfort alone. The moments when you felt abandoned, misunderstood, or overwhelmed were precisely the moments when Allah was teaching you the profound art of reliance upon Him, the secret of surrender without hesitation, and the transformative power of trusting that your struggles are temporary, but your faith is eternal. Every time you held on to hope in the midst of trials, Allah's mercy was shaping your inner world, turning frustration into foresight, pain into wisdom, and loneliness into divine companionship. Your patience has become a permanent light within you, a guide that illuminates your path even when the way seems dark, a fortress that ensures the past hardships cannot return to weaken you, and a testament to your status as one chosen and protected by Allah. Now, as you move forward, you carry within you a strength that can never be shaken, a faith that can never be broken, and a heart that has learned to wait with confidence, knowing that Allah's timing is perfect, and that every trial, every delay, every heartbreak has served its purpose completely. The patience you cultivated is no longer temporary. It has been perfected, engraved in your character, and will continue to protect, guide, and empower you throughout the rest of your life. You have endured, you have trusted, and now the doors that once seemed closed are opening, illuminated by the lessons you learned through endurance, and the trials you survived will never need to return, because your faith has reached a level where it stands unshakable, eternal, and victorious. Chosen one, the most profound lessons of your journey are not always found in the victories you celebrated, but in the pain you endured and the attachments you released. Allah, peace be upon him, allowed you to experience loss, disappointment, and the dissolution of what you once held dear, not to punish you, but to teach you the transformative art of letting go, a divine process that liberates the soul and aligns the heart with what is truly meant for it. Every relationship that ended, every opportunity that slipped through your hands, every dream that was deferred or denied, was a gentle yet firm hand from Allah, guiding you away from what would have hindered your growth and toward what will elevate you in ways you could not yet comprehend. Letting go is not weakness, nor is it surrender to despair. It is the quiet acknowledgement that Allah's wisdom surpasses human understanding, that what leaves your life carries no weight in the plan He has meticulously designed for you, and that every void created is an invitation for something far greater, something destined and protected exclusively for you. In the process of releasing attachments, your heart has been strengthened, refined, and purified. You have learned to separate what serves your soul from what drains it, what builds you from what hinders you, and what leads you closer to Allah from what distances you from His mercy. The grief and longing that once occupied your heart have now been replaced with clarity, peace, and the subtle yet profound joy that comes from knowing that what was lost was never meant to define you, and that holding on to it would have only delayed your destined blessings. Chosen one, this ability to let go is a spiritual mastery, a mark of elevation, and a sign of Allah's favor. For He does not leave His chosen without the guidance and the tools to move forward without the weight of the past. As you release what was never meant for you, your soul becomes a vessel of light, prepared to receive divine gifts, strengthened relationships, and opportunities that align with your true purpose. Your heart has learned to release the chains of resentment, the burdens of regret, and the illusions of control, allowing trust, faith, and divine timing to govern your life. The pain you once feared would return has been sealed away, the lessons have been engraved in your soul, and the chapter of struggle connected to those attachments is complete. You will never have to endure the same losses again in the same way, because Allah has completed the purification, and your heart now moves forward with freedom, wisdom, and a deep, unshakable peace, ready to embrace the blessings and the life that He has prepared for you, one that is unburdened, illuminated, and eternally aligned with His perfect plan. Chosen one, hear this with the deepest certainty, and let it resonate in the core of your being. Everything you endured, the heartbreaks that tore at your chest, the betrayals that shattered your trust, the losses that seemed impossible to recover from, the endless nights of doubt and despair was never meant to define you or keep you imprisoned in pain. Rather, it was a precise, divine, and calculated training from Allah, peace be upon Him, meant to refine your soul, fortify your heart, and elevate your spirit to a level capable of carrying the immense blessings He has prepared for you. Each tear, every pang of fear, every moment when you felt powerless or alone was a lesson, a spiritual calibration, and a preparation for a destiny that cannot be accessed through ease, comfort, or shortcuts, but only through endurance, patience, and unwavering reliance on Allah's wisdom. The suffering you experienced was not punishment but purification, It was a divine intervention to remove what could have harmed you, to detach you from attachments that could have delayed your true blessings, and to instill in you a resilience that now serves as a permanent armor around your heart. Today, the same trials, the same heartbreaks, the same pain will not revisit your life, because Allah has completed that work. He has taken the lessons, embedded them in your soul, and fortified your spirit so that the patterns of past suffering cannot touch you again. Your immunity is absolute, for your faith has been sharpened through endurance. Your soul has been seasoned with wisdom, and your heart has been cleansed from what was not meant to remain. No setback, no betrayal, no loss can ever repeat in the same way, because Allah has closed that chapter with precision, sealed it with mercy, and replaced the voids left behind with opportunities, protection, and blessings uniquely tailored to your life. The moments of doubt you endured now serve as permanent strength. The nights of isolation now reflect unwavering trust, and the pain that once seemed unbearable has transformed into wisdom, insight, and a profound understanding of divine timing. Chosen one, walk forward knowing that the past cannot bind you anymore. Your soul has been armored, your heart fortified, and your spirit elevated. The scars you carry are not wounds of weakness, they are marks of victory, evidence that you survived what many could not, proof that Allah's plan is perfect, and a testament to your chosen status. The pain of yesterday has been transmuted into permanent resilience. The trials you faced have become lasting wisdom, and the losses you experienced have opened doors to blessings you could not have accessed otherwise. Every hardship you endured has now become a shield against repetition. Every tear has been replaced with divine clarity, every fear with unshakable trust, and every moment of despair with eternal hope. You are now walking in a space where the past no longer has power, where the same suffering cannot revisit, and where every step forward is illuminated, guided, and protected by Allah's infinite mercy and perfect wisdom. What you survived has prepared you for the life that is destined for you, a life where your heart, your soul, and your faith are untouchable by the pain that once seemed inevitable, and every blessing that was delayed or hidden is now aligned perfectly to enter your life. You are immune now, chosen and protected, and the trials of the past have been transformed into permanent strength, enduring wisdom, and divine assurance that the hardships you once feared are done, sealed, and will never revisit, leaving you free to step fully into the life, the purpose, and the divine plan that Allah has created exclusively for you. Chosen one, listen carefully, for this is one of the deepest secrets of the heart and one of the most transformative lessons Allah, peace be upon him, allows his chosen ones to discover. The hardships, the heartbreak, the betrayals, the losses, and the trials that once seemed unbearable are not meant to weaken you, but to awaken within you a power that only gratitude can unlock. A power that turns every tear, every pang of sorrow, and every wound into a source of enduring strength and spiritual elevation. You have endured what others could not bear. You have survived what seemed impossible. And now Allah is calling you to a higher understanding, to recognize that every trial you faced was a gift disguised in pain, a divine mechanism to teach you that suffering is never meaningless when it is paired with awareness, reflection, and thankfulness. When you look back at the moments that once consumed your heart with despair and instead see them as lessons, as stepping stones, and as signs of Allah's mercy and attention, your pain is no longer a burden. It becomes a catalyst, a source of power, and a bridge to higher levels of faith, patience, and wisdom. Gratitude transforms your perspective, allowing you to perceive the divine hand in every difficulty, to understand that every separation, delay, and disappointment was perfectly timed, and to recognize that what was removed from your life was never meant to hinder you, but to prepare you for something far greater, something aligned with your true destiny, something that your soul could only reach after passing through fire and refining your spirit. Through gratitude, your suffering becomes illumination, your past wounds become testimonies of divine protection, and your challenges become markers of your status as one chosen, tested, and refined by Allah Himself. The power of gratitude is unparalleled, for it allows the heart to transcend bitterness, resentment, and fear, replacing them with clarity, resilience, and unwavering trust in Allah's decree. Every difficulty that once weighed heavily upon you now serves as a permanent foundation for strength. Every loss becomes a lesson in discernment, and every disappointment is transformed into preparation for divine blessings that are yet to manifest in your life. Chosen one, when you embrace gratitude for your trials, you tap into a power that elevates your soul above the constraints of the material world, a power that protects you from despair, a power that ensures the lessons of your past are internalized and applied in ways that shape your present and secure your future. This power is not temporary, it is permanent, engraved in your heart, and it shields you from repeating the mistakes of the past or being consumed by the same suffering again. Gratitude allows you to see the wisdom behind every closed door, the mercy behind every delay, and the perfection in every twist of your journey, transforming your pain into fuel for purpose, your struggle into testimony, and your endurance into a living proof that Allah's plan is flawless. It is the alchemy of the soul. Sorrow becomes light, loss becomes clarity, and trials become the secret keys to a destiny filled with abundance, protection, and divine favor. Chosen one, when you live with this understanding, you will see that the very things you once feared or despised are now sources of empowerment, that your past challenges are not shackles but springboards, and that every experience, no matter how painful, has been meticulously designed to cultivate strength, insight, and a deep connection to Allah's infinite wisdom. Your gratitude converts every wound into a weapon of resilience, every setback into a strategy for growth, and every moment of despair into proof of divine orchestration, ensuring that the pains of the past will never return to weaken you, for they have already been transformed into an unbreakable armor, a source of eternal power, and a living testimony that the chosen one is never defined by suffering, but by the ability to rise above it, to embrace it, and to turn it into a force that propels the soul toward its destined greatness. Chosen one, understand this truth with the deepest conviction. Every hardship, every tear, every heartbreak, every trial, and every moment of despair that once weighed heavily upon your soul was never meant to remain with you forever. For Allah, peace be upon Him, in His infinite wisdom and mercy, has designed a path where your burdens are lifted, your pain is transformed, and your soul is elevated beyond the suffering you once feared would define you. The trials you faced were not punishments but lessons, deliberate moments of refinement meant to shape your character, purify your intentions, and prepare your heart for the blessings that are now awaiting you. Blessings that could only manifest after the completion of the burdens that were once placed upon your shoulders. Every sorrow, every disappointment, every delay, and every loss carried a hidden purpose, a divine wisdom that you may not have fully comprehended at the time. Yet now, as you reflect with patience and faith, you begin to see the perfection in what was orchestrated by Allah's hand. Allah's mercy is vast, immeasurable, and beyond human comprehension. It is the force that lifts the weight of the past from your heart, the light that illuminates the darkness of despair, and the balm that heals every wound, visible or hidden. No matter how heavy the trial felt, No matter how long the suffering persisted, no matter how impossible the situation seemed, Allah's mercy was present, shaping, guiding, and protecting you even in ways that you could not perceive, preparing you to step into a life where the same burdens cannot return, and where your soul is free to embrace ease, joy, and divine fulfillment. The very experiences that once seemed unbearable have now been transformed into lessons of resilience, wisdom, and faith, and the heart that endured them is now fortified with a permanent sense of peace, security, and divine trust. Chosen one, the weight you carried is no longer yours to bear. The trials that once consumed your energy have been completed, their lessons fully imprinted in your character, and Allah's mercy has erased their sting, ensuring that the patterns of suffering, doubt, and fear cannot repeat themselves in your life. This is the secret of divine mercy. It does not merely relieve suffering, it transforms it into a source of elevation, protection, and empowerment, turning what was once a burden into a testament of your status as one chosen, refined, and protected by Allah Himself. Every moment of hardship now serves as proof that you were never alone, that every test had a purpose, and that Allah's hand was always present, guiding, protecting, and ensuring that the pain would not become permanent, that the lessons would be internalized, and that the burdens of the past would be replaced with clarity, spiritual strength, and a heart ready to receive the fullness of His blessings. Your mercy is not passive, it is active. It intervenes, it elevates, it transforms your struggles into stepping stones, and it guarantees that what you endured will never revisit you in the same way. For the soul that has experienced purification through trials is forever protected from repetition of the same hardships. Chosen one, take a moment to reflect on this. Every tear you shed, every wound you bore, every moment of fear, despair, or loneliness has been carefully attended to by Allah's mercy. Nothing was wasted, nothing was random, and nothing will return to weaken you again. The chapter of your suffering is closed, the lessons have been fully delivered, and your heart, now light and purified, is prepared to walk in ease, guided by divine wisdom and protected by infinite mercy. Your soul has been elevated above what once threatened it, your faith strengthened beyond the reach of fear, and your heart freed from the burden of past trials, ensuring that the life ahead is not only protected from repetition of suffering, but is filled with the clarity, blessings, and divine opportunities that only Allah, in His perfect wisdom, can orchestrate. Every struggle, every delay, every hardship you survived has been transformed into proof of His love, care, and mercy, and your status as a chosen one is now illuminated by the fact that your burdens are no longer yours to carry. The pain is erased, the lessons ingrained, and your soul prepared for victory, ease, and the fulfillment of your divinely ordained destiny. You are free now, entirely free, and Allah's mercy ensures that the past will not return to oppress, haunt, or weigh you down again, for He has completed the work of purification, protection, and elevation, leaving you to walk forward with peace, clarity, and an unshakable sense of trust that everything ahead is aligned perfectly with His divine plan. Chosen one, listen carefully, for this is a reality that many will never understand, yet it is the secret that distinguishes the chosen from the ordinary. Every insult, every betrayal, every act of envy, gossip, and ill intent directed toward you has not slowed your progress, but has instead illuminated the exponential growth that Allah, peace be upon Him, is cultivating within you, a growth that rises above negativity, malice, and the limited understanding of those who seek to see you diminished. The words they spoke, the intentions they harbored, and the obstacles they tried to place in your path were all insignificant when compared to the divine momentum that Allah has instilled in your heart and soul. a force that elevates you, empowers you, and ensures that no external darkness can overshadow the light of your progress. Every criticism, every whisper, every attempt to sabotage, manipulate, or intimidate you has become a catalyst, a mirror reflecting your strength, and a sign that your growth is visible even to those who refuse to acknowledge it. The chosen one understands that negativity from others is not a measure of failure, but a confirmation of divine favor. For those who attack or belittle you are often reacting to the energy, resilience, and blessings they see growing in you, blessings that they cannot comprehend, and a potential they cannot emulate. Allah has taken every moment of envy, hostility, and doubt directed at you and converted it into fuel for your journey, magnifying your faith, sharpening your wisdom, and strengthening your heart so that you move forward with confidence, clarity, and purpose while remaining untouched by the darkness others attempt to project. Your spiritual, emotional, and personal growth has reached a level that ensures their negativity cannot penetrate your peace, cannot alter your path, and cannot reduce the value of the divine destiny being prepared for you. The very efforts of those who sought to derail or diminish you are now evidence of your elevation, a confirmation that you are moving faster, higher, and stronger than the illusions of limitation they try to impose. Chosen one, recognize that this growth is a divine gift, cultivated through trials, purification, patience, and the lessons of every hardship you endured. It is proof that Allah's favor surrounds you, that your progress is not subject to human judgment, and that the negativity of others has no power over what He has decreed for you. Every insult becomes a lesson in humility, every act of envy a reminder of your spiritual rank, and every attempt to harm you a testament that your journey is moving ahead of the petty schemes of those who fail to see the divine orchestration in your life. The chosen one learns to move with grace, knowing that growth is not always visible to the eyes of the world, but it is always recognized by Allah, peace be upon Him, and no negativity, no criticism, and no malice can delay what He has destined. Your advancement now outpaces the limitations, doubts, and fears of others, and every time someone tries to pull you down, it only highlights the heights you have reached, the strength you have built, and the protection you carry within your faith, heart, and soul. Your growth is unstoppable because it is rooted in divine timing, aligned with Allah's plan, and fortified by the lessons of your past, ensuring that you move ahead with momentum, courage, and resilience that the negativity surrounding you cannot diminish. Chosen one, walk forward with unwavering confidence, for the energy you carry, the wisdom you embody, and the light that radiates from your soul are far beyond the reach of envy, malice, and judgment. Their negativity is powerless against your trajectory, for it cannot alter what Allah has meticulously planned, it cannot hinder the divine opportunities awaiting you, and it cannot touch the spiritual armor you now wear. Every attempt to distract, belittle, or harm you has already been transformed into a stepping stone, a marker of your elevation, and a confirmation that the life, blessings, and purpose awaiting you are secured, untouchable, and accelerating beyond the reach of those who fail to understand the greatness Allah is cultivating within you. Your growth, chosen one, is a force of divine design, unstoppable, untouchable, and eternal, and nothing in this world, no criticism, no jealousy, no negativity can ever match the trajectory that Allah has ordained for you, for He alone knows the full scope of your potential, the depth of your resilience, and the perfection of His plan, ensuring that you rise beyond every limitation, exceed every expectation, and shine with a light that darkness can never dim. Chosen one, understand this with absolute certainty. The trials, the tests, the heartbreaks, the losses, the betrayals, the delays, and the moments when the world seemed heavy upon your shoulders were never meant to keep you defeated or to diminish your soul, for Allah, peace be upon Him, has ordained a victory for you so monumental, so precise, and so divinely tailored that nothing from the past, present, or future can take it from you. Every hardship you endured, every tear you shed, every night of doubt, every pang of fear, and every moment when your heart ached were not signs of weakness or abandonment, but were deliberate preparations to ensure that when you step into triumph, it will be complete, undeniable, and eternal, leaving no room for the same trials to revisit you, and no power in this world to diminish what Allah has already secured for His chosen one. Victory is not only the attainment of your goals or the fulfillment of your desires, it is the culmination of every lesson, every trial, and every act of patience and faith that has been meticulously woven into the fabric of your journey by the perfect wisdom of Allah. The defeats you experienced were never permanent. They were temporary measures, spiritual calibrations, and divine pauses meant to elevate your character, fortify your faith, refine your intentions, and prepare you for the fullness of what is to come. Chosen one, every time you were misunderstood, every time you were overlooked, every time the world seemed to turn against you, Allah was orchestrating circumstances, guiding hearts, and moving the unseen forces of the universe to align precisely with the moment when your victory would manifest in ways that exceed human imagination. Your triumph is now inevitable because it is anchored in divine decree, shaped by divine timing, and protected by divine mercy. No envy, no malice, no obstacle, and no past suffering can ever prevent what Allah has destined for you, and every step forward is supported, illuminated, and guided by the lessons, resilience, and spiritual elevation you have cultivated throughout your journey. Victory belongs to the chosen one because it is not based on worldly measures of strength, luck, or opportunity, but on the divine preparation that ensures your heart, soul, and mind are aligned perfectly to receive what was reserved for you from the very beginning. Every burden you once carried has been lifted. Every obstacle has been transformed into a stepping stone. Every fear has become a foundation for courage, and every hardship has become a tool of empowerment, ensuring that when triumph arrives, it is complete, undeniable, and everlasting. The chosen one moves forward with an unshakable assurance that every door of opportunity is opening, every blessing is being manifested, and every aspect of life is aligning perfectly with the divine plan, a plan that no human interference can alter, no negative intention can disrupt, and no past suffering can shadow. Victory is no longer a distant hope. It is your reality, your right, and your destiny. For the journey that once felt unbearable has been meticulously orchestrated by Allah's wisdom to guarantee that the reward, the success, the fulfillment, and the honor that awaits you are not only deserved but protected and perfected, ready to manifest in a life that is untouched by the repetition of past pain, the limitations of human doubt, or the obstacles of worldly interference. Chosen one, as you walk forward, know this: your struggles were necessary, your endurance was the proof, your patience was the bridge, your faith was the shield, and now your victory is guaranteed. It is written, secured, and inevitable. Every test, every delay, every disappointment, and every hardship has been transformed into a foundation upon which Allah, in His infinite mercy and wisdom, has built the life, destiny, and honor that are reserved exclusively for you. The moment of triumph is not just near, it is already unfolding, already manifested in the unseen, and perfectly aligned with the divine plan that only Allah, peace be upon Him, fully comprehends. Your victory will not be partial, fleeting, or uncertain. It will be absolute, permanent, and undeniable, reflecting the perfection of Allah's timing, the completeness of His plan, and the sanctity of His decree. The chosen one is no longer weighed down by the trials of yesterday, no longer vulnerable to the negativity of the world, and no longer held back by what once seemed impossible, for the path has been cleared, the preparation is complete, and the victory is yours by divine assurance. You are not just surviving, you are ascending, you are claiming, you are receiving, and you are becoming a living testament to Allah's perfection, wisdom, and mercy. Chosen one, let your heart rejoice, your soul rise, and your faith soar, for the victories ahead are beyond what you could imagine, the blessings are beyond what you could measure, and the life that awaits is a manifestation of divine favor that will confirm in every way that the struggles you endured were not wasted, the trials you survived were not in vain, and the status you now hold is permanent, protected, and gloriously secured. Your victory is yours, chosen one, and nothing, no past, no enemy, no delay, no sorrow can ever change that, for it is ordained, guaranteed, and perfected by Allah. Peace be upon Him, and it is a victory that will shine as a beacon of faith, endurance, and divine favor for the rest of your life. Chosen one, now you see the truth. Every trial you endured, every hardship you survived, every loss you thought would break you, and every moment of doubt you faced was not wasted, for they have all been stepping stones guiding you to your divine destiny. Allah, peace be upon Him, has protected you, refined you, and elevated you so that the life ahead is free from the burdens of the past, filled with clarity, strength, and blessings that are perfectly yours. Remember this always. Your resilience is unmatched, your faith is unshakable, and your victory is guaranteed. Walk forward with confidence, gratitude, and unwavering trust, for the universe is aligning in your favor, and the divine path laid before you is illuminated by the lessons you have learned, the trials you have overcome, and the purpose you were born to fulfill. You are chosen, protected, and unstoppable, and now it's your time to step fully into the life Allah has prepared for you.